Buenos días.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Atletico Madrid press conference. We will have questions for Koke, our captain, and Diego Simeone, our manager. Koke will be the first one to take questions. Questions for Koke, please. On the left. Hello Koke, good afternoon. As a captain, you've played in many Champions League semi-finals, and this is not something that happens every year. So what happens to your mind and body in the semi-final and the first leg that will be played at the Metropolitano? Well, obviously, in the lead-up to these games, we're always excited. We feel butterflies in our stomach. It's just like when you have your first date with the first girl you meet. It's similar here, just for you to get an idea. And then once you start warming up, it's all gone. It's just a football game. You'll be as excited as you'd be in any semi-final. During the lead-up, you'd be excited just to play the game, just like we always are. It's just a football game. Good afternoon, Koke. I wanted to ask you about Pablo Barrios. You might be his biggest role model on the pitch, and as a person, what do you lose without him on the pitch, and how are you helping him? Well, it's not just me, it's just the whole team. He's such an important player for us. He has a massive potential. He's just been unlucky with injuries, and we are excited to have his energy, his footballing quality, his way of being as a person. And I've talked to him, everything I had to say to him, I said it. Good afternoon, Koke. You've had many nights and many important games like this. How important is it to find the balance between intensity and being conservative during those games? Well, it's hugely important. We saw it during the quarterfinals against Barcelona and during the round of 16 against Tottenham Hotspur. And I think the level of the teams who are involved is really high. So it's always a lot of intensity, but we also need to keep our head cool and to be able to go under the cosh if we need it. So that's how we approach these games. Good afternoon, Koke. 17 seasons for Atletico Madrid. You've played in 3 Champions League finals. You're 34 now. Do you feel like this is a special semi-final because it might be your last chance to achieve your dream? Well, this is not the way I look at it. I'm really enjoying this season. You don't get to play in the Champions League semi-finals every year. And as I said in the previous conference, against Barcelona, it was the second time we were facing them from Atletico Madrid. And again, we don't get to play here every year. I don't know if I will get one more, but I do know I will enjoy it as I've done it on previous occasions. Hello, Koke. During the cup final, we saw that we could see a 120-minute long game. And we saw it because how you were able to play and your display. So do you think we will see a similar situation? And does it surprise you? No, it doesn't really surprise me. As you get older, you get more fatigue, and this happens to all players. But it doesn't surprise me. Every day I'm more and more motivated because of being here, because of being working the way we're doing it. We've done it during all these years, and to be able to play at the level we're playing during this season. Hello, Koke. Apart from the possibility of being very close to achieving the greatest European honours, is there an additional motivation in the team to be able to offer the best farewell present to Antoine Griezmann? Well, if we could have him win the Champions League and that be his farewell, that would be great. We're all very motivated to win the Champions League. Hopefully we can win it. And this goes beyond Antoine being here next year. We play as a team and we always try to achieve as much as we can together, in this case the Champions League. Hello, Koke. You said it's your 4th Champions League semi-final. What makes this one special? What's particular about it, about tomorrow's game? What's different in terms of previous ones? Well, I think everything's different. We're just living in the moment. What's gone is gone. And I don't think anything will be different to other semi-finals. We expect a very strong Arsenal side. And again, this is a Champions League semi-final. And this is how we approach it. It's not different in that regard. Thank you, Koke. We will let him join his commitments. And now we'll take questions for manager Diego Simeone. Hello, Diego. First of all, congratulations. You'll be blowing the candles on the cake today. I don't know if you have any wishes connected to a Champions League. Well, not really. I don't have any. I'm really grateful to be here with my 3 children on my birthday, with my 2 daughters, with my wife, my mom, with my friends, lifelong friends. So it's just about enjoying everything life has to offer. Hello, Diego. Pablo. Happy birthday. You're a Taurus. You were born in the 70s, just like me. We're very stubborn and we only have one goal in mind. In this case, tomorrow's game. I wanted to ask you about Arsenal's strategy, but let me just focus on an image. An old man, 80-year-old, sitting on a bench outside the Metropolitano stadium. He was looking at the scoreboard and I told him, it's time. And he told me, well, let's see if we're lucky, with a great smile on his face. Is this a present for Atletico supporters? Well, this is normal. Atletico supporters find themselves in a Champions League semi-final. This is great for Atletico to be at a Champions League semi-final again after 9 years. This is their 4th time, if I'm not mistaken. And this is brilliant. It's fantastic. I think the faith, the excitement, the contagiousness of the supporters' excitement will be crucial. We'll have a very tough game against a fantastic rival with a very good work they carry out on set pieces. And again, we're very excited about it. Good afternoon, Diego. I wanted to ask you, we asked Nico yesterday about the Champions League final, and he said, why not? Why shouldn't we be dreaming about it? So should we dream about it or be down to earth? Well, I think dreaming about it is always good, but the reality is what happens on earth, which is what we do and what God wants. So that's how we go about it. Hello, Diego. First of all, happy birthday. And secondly, there's a lot of pressure in these games. Have you been able to enjoy it, to enjoy the journey? Because as you said, it's not every year that you play a Champions League semi-final. Well, in terms of pressure, I don't really feel the pressure. It is responsibility and it's a big excitement to be able to be as close as we are to a great goal of us. We've never achieved it before. So, yes, it is a special excitement. But we need to just play the games, because at the end of the day, it's a game of football. And as Koke was saying, it's the players who end up defining these games. With the leadership, their ability, their work rate, we need to be ready for it. And we will play the game that we picture in our minds. And as I always say, just take the game to where we believe we can punish them. Good afternoon, Sorloth. This team has lived very just great European nights with very high competitiveness. What would you say the biggest weapon is for your team to compete and to go forwards? Well, just what we've done during these knockout rounds we've had at the Copa del Rey and the Champions League, just play with high intensity, the way we do it, the way we look for chances, the way the team responds to it, and that's what we will do. Hello, Cholo. First of all, happy birthday. Is there any division between your players in terms of whether the Champions League owes anything to Atletico? Some players said no. Antoine Griezmann said yes after the 2016 final. Do you think this is a wound to heal? Well, I think this affects us all as people. Everyone has their own opinion on that. I don't think it owes anything to anyone. I think we just achieve things. And in order to do that, we just need to look for it and to just approach it that way. Hello, Diego. Is there anything you're particularly concerned about for this game? Not just in sporting terms, which you never comment on. Is there anything internal that you are concerned about? Well, I'm just thinking about Arsenal, so there's nothing else that I'm thinking about, to be fair.
Last match, can you try to describe what his strength and size gives the team?
Well, Alex is just incredible. He is a player that has a great scoring ability against any opponent. When he is fit, he is key for our team and we need him. Especially during the second halves, because he just goes to represent what we need from a striker, and that's what we will see tomorrow probably.
Diego, just a question in English, please. There's a lot of talk in England about Arsenal's interest in Julian Alvarez. I just wonder what your reaction is to that and clubs being interested in him this summer.
Well, I'm not in Julian Alvarez's head, so I suppose it's just normal. He is an extraordinary player. There's interest from Arsenal, PSG, Barcelona and other teams, but this is nothing we're concerned about.
Hi, Diego. Another one in English, if possible. Happy birthday, first of all. How important could Ademola Lookman be tomorrow? He obviously got injured in the cup final. Is he available, and how important could he be?
Well, I think his finishing ability has been great for the team. I think he just gives different things, offensively, defensively. His work rate has been brilliant in defensive terms recently. We'll see if he recovers well tomorrow, because he's still experiencing some physical discomfort today, and we hope for him to be able to help us today. This is the end of the press conference. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, everyone, and good afternoon.